Welcome back to Africa Express. We're still discussing about culture, discipline, and the teaching profession. We have as our guest Mr. Ntale, who is the president of African International Heritage. Mr. Ntale, you are also a member of the Governors African Council.
Yes.
What does that group do, and why was it formed?
Governor African Council is a group of Africans. We all came together as Africans in Massachusetts, and we wanted to have a voice. Since we live in the communities in Boston or all over Massachusetts, they are Africans, we felt that we have a right as community citizens or as members of the society that we have to participate in the process. And by participating in the process, that means you have to be at the forefront. And the Governor African Council is there to address our issues as Africans. But at the same time, it goes further when people want to exercise their rights of election, of voting. Since we know that in this developed world, or like society like America, election is something very, very, very important that everybody participates. And we feel that as citizens here, as people of the community, we have the right and we are willing to exercise those rights, to listen to our leaders in our communities and to develop or build the communities we are living. For instance, you can see that as Ugandan community in Waltham, we have been involved in so many different activities, church community activities, and even the Waltham Public Library, as I mentioned. And when for instance, for African Heritage International, when I put up like a drumming show or a talent show for people to come and watch, because as a 501c status non-profit, the state gives you some kind of allowance for you to go out and do these activities. By either they can give you some small grants, and of which you can be able to reach out to these communities. And going back to GAC, we felt as we have these so many organizations, like for instance, we just had a wonderful celebration in Boston at the City Hall, whereby all Africans came together. And remember, GAC was at the forefront. We said, we as Africans, we have to unite. We have to have one voice, and we have to be able to seek what's due to us as citizens of this great nation. And by that's when we have been able to lobby great support from Governor Devo Patrick, who has been very positive in responding to our call. As Africans, he knows that we are very good citizens, and we bring a lot on the table. You can find that we have so many doctors, Africans, engineers, and in all these other fields that we contribute to the economy of this Massachusetts.
Yes, we do contribute to the economy of Massachusetts, but what we don't contribute to is the political power. How do GAC plan to accomplish that, considering that we work a lot in general? We don't make time to get involved in most community activities, which is where we are suffering from having a political voice. How do you plan, GAC as a whole, how do you plan to accomplish this task so that we can have a voice within the legislative branch, at least?
Actually, I don't have all the statistics with me or the facts, but what I know, we have so many great Africans, great women and men from Africa who have been part of the political process. And I myself, I'll just take this as an example. Like when we had the celebration, the first African celebration in Boston, we had all these different officials who came from the different state agencies. Like you remember we had our friend Mr. Emeka Okeji from Nigeria.
Yes.
And that is a wonderful brother whom I've had chance to work with at the state level, because he's the director of consumer involvement in a state agency. So we find we have so many Africans contributing in different ways, and politically I have to tell you that we are very, very active. And Governor Devo Patrick, since his term, this first term he has been in office, he has been reaching out to so many African communities, Ugandans, Nigerians, Kenyans, and I mean all the different African countries who are represented here in Massachusetts. I believe they must have had either word or they have visited the governor. And I bear witness, because Governor Patrick, I know him, is such a wonderful gentleman, and who's welcoming everybody. He welcomes ideas from everybody. And I know once we have a chance to have him for a second term, African community, we're going to prosper a lot. We're going to be able to help our children get into better schools, because as we know, public schools, they have had some challenges, but Governor Patrick has been at the forefront, and in other areas he has helped a lot to improve the welfare and even the way as Africans we network in terms of getting jobs and all this, because they have put resources for us. And these resources, they have been brought to our brothers and sisters, Africans, and who have been able to thrive. I've seen many of them who are successful working for different government agencies.
You are also involved in the Uganda community. There's a position you are holding within the Uganda community. Could you let us know? And I know that you guys are getting ready to have a very big event.
Yes, thank you so much. As a Ugandan, I feel so proud that I always want to be at the forefront. So when my community realized that I have this powerful non-profit organization, African Heritage International, they decided to make me a community leader, whereby I've been in different forums, either fundraising and helping our children, guiding them, helping people to get back to school, or helping people to learn English, those who come when they want to learn English. And some of those are the services which really are very essential to our people. But also, to your question, we are actually organizing a wonderful conference for Ugandans. But at the same time, this conference is also welcoming all Africans. It's going to be in September 3rd, from 3rd to September 6th. It's going to be at Boston Renaissance Waterfront Hotel. And I can give you the website. It's www.uadanet.org. You can go there and get all the details. We have a boat cruise. This is very special, because a lot of Africans would like to come out for just a night to go for a boat cruise and have dinner. So you're all welcome as African brothers and sisters. Please come and join us. And this conference is about networking. And before the other point I wanted to make is that African Heritage International Incorporation, as has been participating in these different activities as a community organization, we also have a website called www.africansh.org, and that website is actually being built right now, but it's going to be running soon. And I have to thank my wonderful host, Madam Blessing. This has been such a wonderful moment, and with such forums like Afrik Express, we Africans here in America and all over the world, we are showing that we are great people, and we are people who are here to contribute to all our communities.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ntale, for being on Afrik Express. You've been very informative. For those of you that are watching out there, you heard him say that his organization, African Heritage International, that they help immigrants adjust, and they offer services that can help you adjust within whichever community that you are living in. So if you are out there and you're just getting into the country, do feel free to check out their website or contact them and see what is out there, because information is very important. Sometimes we shy away from getting information, and he is offering his services and the services of his organization. They are there. Seek out organizations that can help you find the resources that you need to adjust within this country. Again, you are watching Afrik Express. Thank you so much for being with us today. Please join us next time on the same channel, same time. And Mr. Ntale, thank you for being on Afrik Express.